Order, 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 order in the court, in the house of the heavenly one, Sunini, Nanini. What it do, my people? It's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that Samba Conversation. For those that don't know who I am him, Junes, the NBIC, Honorable NBIC. Representing that ROD, of course, giving all praise and glory to the creators, for they are worthy. Last but not least, want to give a shout out to all you guys for your continuous support, leaving all these feedback, the positive, the negative, all things is respected and needed, because it allows me to do what I do best, and that is to continue keeping my foot on you heathens, you he-gros, and the newly installed heathenites. Next round of applause for that. Yes. My apologies. You know, yesterday was a long day. Yesterday I went to go meet my fellow brother, my fellow comrade, the one who brought me to this Bantu awakening. I had an opportunity to chop it up with him, man. It was great seeing him. We had a phenomenal conversation, sips some wine, got home late, went straight to bed, right? Got up late, went straight to work, right? So but that's the reasons for me being late today, which is no excuses, but you guys should know me by now, man. You know, I make up for it with the beautiful content that, I usually bring forth for Samba Conversation. But for this conversation, it's a good one. Before I even get into it, let me ask you a question. Do anybody know what is Zoroaster? The Zoroaster? Have you ever heard of that? Zoroaster or Zoroastrianism. Did anybody ever hear about it? Well, that's what today's conversation is going to be about. But before I dive in, let me just give you just a brief summary on what led me to bring up this presentation. Now, some of you guys probably heard of this European name, Jordan Maxwell. May he rest in peace. And he said something the other day when I was listening to his conversation, to one of his lectures. He said something, and I'll bring it up later, but he brought up this man named Manly P. Hall. MANLEY P, the letter P, Hall, HALL. And he stated that this man was one of the pioneers when it came to like research. He was the one, like the pioneer to the so-called things that we do now, right? Research, debunk, expose, tell the truth. He came out with a book. I forgot the name of the book. But in that book, he brought up something called Zoroaster or Zoroastrianism. Now, this is a religion that predates the Bible, predates the Savior. It predates it all. And upon this studies, I landed on a few things. And I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I'm just giving you just a brief rundown on why I had to speak about this. Because like I say, on every live, on every broadcast, and anybody I interact with or knows me personally, We have to open every single book. We got to see where was it stolen from, where the plagiarism take place, where the origin of the story takes place. See, there's a lot of things that's going on. And for me, knowing what I know, study what I've been studying, going through those doors that religion prevent us from going into, I come into the understanding and the conclusion, and I'm saying it on live right now. The Biblos, the book, the word, the supposed word ordained by God for the people is not the end all be all. It is not the end all be all. We cannot fully devote ourselves to an understanding that we don't even understand, to an understanding that's been plagiarized, hijacked, manipulated, inserted, deserted. They took things out. And I'm not saying because you got these emotional creatures, these weak men and women. I'm not saying to denounce the Bible. I'm saying that the Biblos, the Bible, the book, the word is not the end all be all. Your whole study of your life, your culture should not solely be based on what you read inside of the Biblos, because the Biblos has been hijacked. And we all can admit that. Right? So doing these studies, and I'm about to pull up the live for you guys so you guys can the presentation. But doing these studies, man, I witnessed a lot, and I definitely had to share it with the people, because I don't know about you guys, but I really want to get to the nitty-gritty of who I am. I really want to get down to the nitty-gritty of who I am, my origin. Where does it originate from? I need to know this answer. I cannot leave this earth until that answer has been fulfilled. See, you guys do it because you guys want to get closer. Oh, hallelujah. You guys do that. I'm not here for that, bro. We want answers. We that generation that wants answers. We want answers. We want separation. We want solution and conclusions. We're not here to elaborate. We're not here to accommodate. We're not here to do none of that. We're here to learn. Yes, we are here to learn. We're here to uncover the truth, because we know that's what's keeping us from being set free, is the truth. So we're going to dive in today. And like I tell you guys all the time, shout out to my moderators, this is not a place for opinions and emotions. This is a place to gather information, and for us as individuals that's seeking truth to continue going down that rabbit hole until we find the solution, conclusion, no more confusion. You hear me? So without further ado, we're going to dive in. I hope you guys are ready. And shout out to Bantu Princess, man. Bantu Princess, you know, you always hold it down, man. You go through your trials and tribulations, but yet you always hold it down. Hold on. Hold on. Heard up. So shout out to you for that. But without further ado, let's dive in. Let's dive in. So I'm gonna be sharing my screen. I'm going to be sharing my screen. This is not going to be a long one. Well, I say that all the time, but then it ends up being something long. Pause. But I'm going to share my screen. We're going to have a good one. And just be prepared, man. So, again, Zoroastrian or Zoroastrianism, the religion that birthed Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. I hope that resonated to what I just said. The religion that birthed Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Zoroastrianism, a overview, a in-depth look at the ancient Persian religion, aka the mother of all religion. Now, you know I'm going to ask the question, and I asked the questions before I started, but I'm going to ask again. What is Zoroastrian or Zoroastrianism? Zoroastrianism is one of the world's oldest monotheistic religions, having originated in ancient Persia. It contains both monotheistic and dualistic elements, and many scholars believe that the Zoroastrianism influenced the belief system of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Origins and history. The founding prophet. Zoroastrianism was founded by the prophet Zoroaster, also known as the Zarathustra, who is believed to have lived around 1500 to 1000 BCE in ancient Persia, aka modern-day Iran. His teachings were intentionally transmitted orally before being written down in sacred texts. The primary scriptures of the Zoroastrianism are the Avesta, which includes the goddess, hymns, a tribute to Zoroaster, the Yasan, the literal text, and other sections. Let me move this. Other sections. Hold on. I gotta move this, guy. Put it right. All right. Let's go back. My bad, guys. Okay. And other sections like the Vaspread and the Vanadide, Vagabond. But, we're going to keep that for later. Historical influence. The Zoroastrianism was the state religion of several Persian empires, including the Achaemenid, the Parthian, and the Sassanid empires. It significantly influenced the culture, politics, and daily life in ancient Persia. Let us continue. Core beliefs and practices. Monotheism. The Zoroastrianism centers on the worship of Ahura Mazda, the wise Lord, who is considered the supreme and singular God. Ahura Mazda embodies all that is good, just, and truth. I want you guys to pay attention to what's being said right now. Okay? Dualism. A key feature of the Zoroastrian theologically is the dualistic cosmole, which posits a consistent struggle between the forces of good, led by the Ahura Mazda, and the forces of evil, led by the angrier Manu, or the there are. Let me make sure I say this word right. Hold on. I don't want to butcher nothing. Ahriman. Ahriman. The H is silent. This cosmic battle influenced the material and spiritual realm. Okay? Spiritual realms. Good thoughts, good works, good deeds. Pay attention to this. The Zoroastrians believes in the living a life based on the principles of the Hamata, the Hukata, and let me make sure I say this word right too. Hold on. The Zoroaster, good thoughts, good works, good deeds. This is what these three things means: good thoughts, good works, good deeds. Ethical living is central to the faith, and individuals are encouraged to actively choose righteousness. Cool. Listen carefully. Fire worship. Fire is a symbol of purity and the presence of Ahura Mazda, the Zoroastrian places of worship, known as the fire temples, contain a sacred fire that burns perpetually. Fire rituals and prayers are essential components of the Zoroastrian worship. Okay? Now, I don't want to play devil's advocate, but I have to do this. Wasn't it a burning bush that Moses was talking to? I'm just saying. We got to ask all these questions, people. The Zoroastrians believe in the immortality of the soul and the afterlife, where individuals are judged based on their deeds. Those who had led righteous lives will be rewarded with eternal bliss, while evildoers face punishment. Ultimately, it is believed that the good will triumph over evil, leading to a final purification of the world and the resurrection of the dead. What does that sound like? Ask yourself that question. What does that sound like? What does that sound like? Okay. Practices and rituals. Let me remove this. I was supposed to put a image here, but I'm gonna leave her because she's all right. It says prayers and worship. The Zoroastrians pray several times a day, often in the presence of a sacred fire. Rituals, purity is important. And individuals typically perform the ablutions before prayer. Now, let's look up this word so you guys can see this. The act of washing on self, the woman performed their ablutions. Okay? Washing, cleansing, bathing, showering, scrubbing, purification, wash, bath. So I'm just showing you guys these things before prayer. The Navajoti, this initiation ceremony, this initiation ceremony marks the formal entry of a child into Zoroastrian, the Zoroastrians' faith. During the ceremony, the child is given a sacred thread or a cushion and a white garment to wear, symbolizing their commitment to the Zoroastrian principle. The Zoroastrian principle. The Zoroastrian principle. Garment. White garment. Come out the water. White garment. Listen, people. You gotta bang the gavel. You gotta bang the gavel. The Zoroastrians celebrate several religious festivals, listen carefully, including the Nowruz, the Persian New Year, marking the spring equinox, celebrating with the feast, family gathering, and rituals. Right? The Gahama, let me make sure they say it. Say it right. Hold on. The Hagamers, seasonal festivals that honor different aspects of creation. The Sadi, a midwinter festival involving the light of large bonfires to symbolize the triumph of light over darkness. Rituals for the dead. Traditionally, the Zoroastrian funerary practices involve placing the deceased in a tower of silence, where bodies are exposed to the elements of scavenged birds. This principle aligns with the belief in preserving the purity of the earth by avoiding burial or cremation. Okay? Cool. Let us continue. The influence and legacy. Ethical monotheism. The Zoroastrianism emphasized on ethical monotheism and the cosmic battle between good and evil. Influenced later the Abrahamic religions. Influence later. Let me highlight that. Let me highlight that. Just for future reference, people. Including Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Cultural contributions. The Zoroastrianism has left a lasting impact on Persian culture, language, and literature. Many Persian festivals, traditions, and philosophical ideas have roots in the Zoroastrian thoughts. Historical figures. Prominent historical figures include Cyrus the Great, Darius the Great of the Achaemenid Empire were Zoroastrians who promoted the religion and its principles during their reign. Okay? Cool. Let us continue. Now, I originally wanted to look into the God because when I was listening to the lecture by Mr. Hall, he brought up this name right here, the Araman. He brought up this name, and at first I couldn't understand it because I'm driving while I'm listening to this, and I'm hearing what's being said, and I'm saying to myself, "Wait, who is that?" So I decided to go look into it. So while I'm going to look into it, it gave me a whole breakdown. And we're going to go through these breakdowns, but I just wanted you to understand that there's a lot of things that's just not making sense. And we're going to find out so it can make sense, right? It says the origins and identity, the name and meanings, the name, the Arim. Let me say this name again. Make sure I say it right. Hold on. The Ahriman is derived from the Middle Persian Ahriman and the Avestan, the Angra Manu, which translates to destructive spirit or evil spirit. So like I try to tell you guys over and over and over again, the terminology with the word spirit comes with religion. We don't live in nobody's spirit. We don't have spirits in us. When there's a spirit in you, you have been overtaken. There's no spirit in you. There's no such thing as a good spirit. These are lies. These are religious factors that they try to associate with our everyday lives. We don't have a spirit. We have a soul. We're connected to the solar universe. You go back to the soil. The beginning of your created name is soul. Soul. You see the S-O. All of this madness that these people have been telling us is lies. I'm showing you. These are lies, people, right? The cosmic dualism. The Ahriman embodies the principles of chaos, destruction, and evil. What does that remind you of? Standing in direct opposition to Ahura Mazda, the supreme god representing order, creation, and goodness. What does that remind you of? What does that remind you of? Okay. Role in the Zoroastrian cosmology, cosmology, the dualistic battle. The Zoroastrianism, the fundamentally dualistic, depicting an ongoing battle between the forces of good led by the Ahura Mazda and the forces of evil led by the Aram. This cosmic struggle is centered to the Zoroastrian worldview, with humans playing a crucial role in supporting the Ahura Mazda through righteous living, construction, creation, and destruction. The Ahriman seeks to corrupt and destroy the good creation of Ahura Mazda. He is responsible for all the evil, suffering, and chaos in the world, which include natural disasters, disease, and moral decay. Deception and corruption. Listen carefully. Come on, people. The Ahriman is known for his deceitful nature, attempting to mislead humans and other beings away from the path of truth and righteousness, or Asha. Prescribed by the Ahura Mazda, he uses lies, deceit, temptations to achieve his goals, demons, and evil spirits. All right, the Ahriman command an army of divas. Yes, you think I'm lying? Oh, you guys can't even hear when it says that. Divas, this is the original way to spell divas. Army of divas, which is demons and other malevolent spirits who assist him in spreading evil and disorder. These beings are often seen as the antithetics of the let me say this word right. The Yazidis, divine being who serve the Ahura Mazda. Influence and legacy. Listen, impact on other religions. The concept of dualistic struggle between good and evil and the Zoroastrianism has influenced other major world religions, including Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Elements of the cosmic battle between light and darkness, as well of an idea of a singular evil entity, can be seen in these traditions. Moral and ethic teachings of the Zoroastrianism, teaching that humans have free will and must choose between good that align with the Ahura Mazda or evil align with the Arman. By choosing good, individuals contribute to the eventual defeat of the Arman and the triumph of Ahura Mazda. End time and final judgments. Listen carefully, people. The Zoroastrian astrology predicts that the Ahriman will ultimately be defeated in the final cosmic battle. This will lead to the restoration of the world to its perfect original state, free from evil and suffering. Humans will be judged based on their deeds, and those who follow the path of righteousness will be rewarded. What everything I just read to you here, what does that sound like? What did that sound like? Let me go back to the screen. Hold on. Hold on. What did that sound like? What did that sound like? Now, when I say things in the notion of we gotta put everything on the table, it's things like this that made me do so. It's knowing and this person that broke this forth, that made me go look into him, he's dead and gone. I think he died in like 1921. So this information, no, I'm lying. He was born in 1921. He died in 1990. Excuse me, my apologies. And through all his research, he's bringing forth information like this. Now, for me, and I don't want to speak, and I don't want to, I don't want to speak for everybody else. So let me just say, for me, it's a lot of books that we got to start reading. We really got to get to the point, and I'm speaking for those that's really trying to find the answers. If you looking for the feel good and to uplift your so-called spirit, this is not the place. I'm not here for that. I'm not the preacher for that. The objective the objective is one thing and one thing only. Is to raise the consciousness and seeking the answers of who we are. Because it's too much lies. It's just too much lies. But I don't want to I want us to continue. I want us to continue because I want to show you guys something. I want to show you guys something. Hold on. Hold on. Where's my screen? Show you guys. So let's look up all the highlighted ones, please. So the first one we're gonna go look into is go back into the beginning. We're gonna look into we're gonna find out who this Zoroaster guy is. Okay, this is him. Okay, okay, this is him. Remember, his name was changed. Zarathustra. Okay, Zarathustra. Let's look who these people are. Born second millennium BCE, probably Eastern Iran, was an Iranian religious reformer and prophet, traditionally regarded as the founder of the Zoroastrianism. Okay, a major figure in the history of world religion. The his name one more time. The Zarathustra has been the object of much scholarly attention, in large part because of his apparent monotheistic, his concept of one God. Listen to what this said. His concept of one God, who he referred to as the Ahura Mazda. His concept of one God. His concept of one God. His IHS concept of one God. Let's wake up, people. I know. We gonna do this together. Oh, you guys are not seeing this. Hold on. I want you guys to see all of this. I want you guys to see all of this. I want you guys to see all of this. I want you guys to see all of this. You hear me? We don't want no tables left unturned over here. Okay? His concept of one God, whom he referred to as the Ahura Mazda or the wise Lord. He purported, make sure I'm saying it right. Exactly. His purported dualism indicate in the stark distinction drawn in some Zoroastrian texts between the forces of good and the forces of evil. And the possible, listen carefully, and the possible influence of his teachings subsequently emerged the Middle Eastern religion, example, Judaism. Hmm. Hmm. The student of religion is confronted by several problems concerning the, say his name again, the Zoroaster, Zarathustra. The first concerns the date of his birth and death, which cannot be ascended with any degree of certainty, although some scholars continue to accept as traditional the apparent birth and death dates indicate in later texts of the Avesta. This is one of their Bibles. Okay, according to which the Zarathustra lived from 628 to c 551 BCE. Others cited earlier texts and other evidence have plausibly argued that he lived sometime during the second millennium BCE. So here's somebody that nobody don't know when he was born. Like every time, this is what I be trying to tell you guys. Every time, it's always somebody we don't know where he was born. We don't know this, but yet you are upholding his works. Like it's the Holy Grail, but you don't know the when he was born. Just don't that sound like the Jesus story? You guys are not paying attention. Don't know where he was born. It was possibility this. He brought forth the monotheistic to believe in one God and divine this. Wasn't Jesus doing the same thing? Wasn't Allah, Moses, Muhammad doing the same thing? Isn't Moses doing the same thing? While all of these things is the same script. So who are they acting out for? Is it us? Is it them? Is it their creators? I don't know. Let's tap onto this God. Let's tap into this God. This is the deity. This is the God right here. This is the God right here. This is him. This is the God right here, people. Okay? Just so you know. That's the God. Let's read about this guy right here. Let's say his whole name. Ahura Mazda, supreme god in ancient Iranian religion, especially the Zoroastrianism, the religious system of the Iranian prophet Zarathustra, right? Greek name the Zoroaster. Okay, the Ahura Mazda was worshipped by the Persian king Darius I and his successor, and the great of all gods and the protector of the just king. According to Zoroaster, Ahura Mazda created the universe in the cosmic order that he maintained. He created the twin spirits, the Spinita Manu and the Angra Manu, the Araman. The former benefit choosing truth, life, choosing truth, light, and life, and the latter destructive, choosing deceit, darkness, and death. Now, remember the story that we was told of the what's that guy called? Remember the story that we was told that there was two archangels on the Ark of the Covenant. One here, one there. Remember we was told that, right? Remember we was told it was one there, one left, one right. Right? Remember Lucifer was considered one of the arch before Michael. It was Lucifer and so-called savior. This is I'm going based on the ideology that we was told. Right? Now, through this ideology, one of them went bad, similar to what you're reading right here, right now. Right? You're reading this right here, right now. Created the universe, the cosmic order he maintains. He created the twin spirits. Right? One being of light, choosing truth, life, and life. Right? I am the way, the truth, the light. Right? And the other one was what? Deceit, darkness, and death. I mean, I don't want to cause confusion to the people right now, but we gonna uncover everything. The struggle of the spirits against each other makes up the history of the world and is reflected in the choices between good and evil that humanity consistently face. And the Zoroastrianism as reflected in the Ashura, the Ahura Mazda identify with the Spinta Manu and is directly opposed to the Angra Manu. The Ahura Mazda is all wise, bounteous, undeceiving, and the creator of everything good. The benefits, the benefit and the evil spirits are conceived as mutually limited, the potential beings, the one above, the other beneath, with the world in between. Heaven and hell, one on top, one got dominions, but there's only so much that they can do. These are teachings that have been passed down to us that we're following. I just want brothers and sisters to understand this. Okay? With the world in between in their battlegrounds and late sources, right? 3rd century CE and onward. The Zoroastrian, which is time, is made the father of the twins Ahmad and Araman, who reign eternally over the world until the Ahura ultimate victory. Sometimes of this conception is reflected in a Manichaeism in which God is sometimes called the Zervan, while the Ormaz in his final emanation. Let me say it right. Make sure I'm saying it right. Oh, it's not saying it. Emanation, primal man who is vanquished by the destructive spirit of darkness, but rescued by God, second emanation, the living spirit. What does that sound like? What does that sound like, people? What does that sound like, people? What does that sound like? Let's go here. Let's go into this religion right here. We're not gonna read too much because some of it I already did it in the beginning. But I just want to go to the nature and significance. The ancient Greeks saw the Zoroastrianism as the archetype of the dualistic view of the world of human destiny. The Zarathustra, who supposed to have instructed the Pythagoras in Babylon and to have inspired the Chaldean doctrine of astrology and magic. It is likely that the Zoroastrianism influenced the development of Judaism and the influence the development of Judaism and the birth of Christianity. The Christians following a Jewish tradition identify Zoroaster with Ezekiel. Listen. They identify the Zoroaster with Ezekiel, Nimrod, Steph, and Baal, and Brutch, and even through the later with Jesus Christ himself. On the other hand, as the premier founder of astrology and magic, the Zarathustra could be considered the arch heretic. Okay? I just want you guys to read. This is not me saying this. This is not me saying this. This is what you guys are finding out right now. This is not me saying this. I have no control of what's being said right now. This is their writings. Okay? It says through the Zoro. Let me say this, man. The Zoroastrianism was never even in thinking of its founder as instantly monotheistic. As for instance, Judaism or Islam, it does represent an original attempt at unifying under the worship of one God, a polytheistic religion compared to those of ancient Greek, Latin, Indians, and other early people. Other early people. Like I tell you guys this all the time, man. We don't serve. We never understood what one God was. That one God was forced onto you through colonization, people. Was forced onto you through colonialism. Okay? This is not something that we grew up on. And I know it's hard for you to digest that, but you need to digest it. You need to put your emotions aside. You need to put your feelings aside. You need to put whatever you feel that you know aside and go back to something called common sense. It's just common sense. We're allowing these people to feed us all of this, and we're not even, and it's taking us away from common sense, bro. The word said, let us create man in our image. Plural, bro. Why are you fighting it? Where did Abram call Sunini Nanini father? Why are you fighting it? Why are you fighting it? Show me where Abram, Isaac, Jacob. Show me where Noah. We gotta stop it. I'm stressing it because our people still are not trying to let go of this religious sect. You have to let this thing go, man. I'm bringing these things out for you to understand that there's a lot of foolishness going on. There's a lot of foolishness going on. And the only way you're going to even get a glimpse to understand what's going on, you need to understand that you've been lied to. You need to understand that you've been lied to. They've been lying to us. They've been playing us. They've been doing all this stupidity in front of us every single day. You don't have no power, Bantu. You know why you don't have no power? Because you lack wisdom. Wisdom is power. Wisdom is power, and you lack that. You lack that for whatever reason it may be. You lack that. And now you get an understanding that Sunini Nanini is not just a father. And I had a brief conversation with my sister, and even for her, she still feels, for example, she doesn't like the term them. So I asked, I said, so what name, what term would you prefer me to say if you don't like them? And if you don't like them, because you saying that is of European, it's of European descent or deceit or writings or whatever, then you can't say father neither, because that's of European descent as well. Or you can't say he. I'm just saying. See, the problem is that we are just battling ourselves to release this religious aspect away from us. Let me give you an example how the religion has overtaken us, right? Now, the word says that thou shalt not kill. We not supposed to offend, inflict, children. But the word said that he ordered Moses to go before the Pharaoh and told the Pharaoh, if you don't let my people go, I will kill every single firstborn. Now, ask yourself this question. So we know that the Egyptians are the Japhetic people. These children are innocent. And you're telling me that the Creator allowed Moses to kill young African children? And the justification behind it was because he wanted to show his power so his so-called chosen can be let go. But when we do this on the earth, we're condemned and penalized and thrown into jail, and you're going to go to hell, and this, all of this and all that. See, I'm posing these questions because these are the questions that need to be asked. Like I told my sister, I've debunked the Da Vinci Code. And what's helping me elevate and grow even more is the denouncement of all religion. We're not tied to that no more. The Samba Conversations is Samba Conversations. We having conversations because the conversations is going to get us to where we need to be. We need to talk. I don't care for none of that. Everything that you're saying don't mean nothing if it's not bringing solutions to our problems. I am sick and tired of all the preachers, of everybody got something good to say. But when it's time to put in work, nobody's there to be found. How we having feast days and we don't own a place where we can have our feast day freely? How we doing tabernacles when we don't have our own place to tabernacle freely? No land, no building, no RV, nothing. The only thing that we got is what religion gave us, and that's the space of hope and belief and wait for something to restore order. Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't even want to read no more because just me thinking about stuff like this, like I really get agitated. Because you guys are not, you guys probably don't feel the fire that's in me. Some of you guys probably don't have the fire that I have. And it's cool. But from the time I was young, I wanted truth, man. From the time I was young, I wanted truth, bro. I don't care for none of this. All of these stuff don't mean nothing to me. Just tell me what it is. Just tell me how you feel. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what the problem is. Don't give us the runarounds. The runarounds is not getting us anywhere, black people. We Bantu, right? So, and among them Bantu, then the Bantus should be thinking about going back to where the Bantus are at. Not sitting here. Don't wait for Junes to come on. Don't wait for me. We're going to open up a GoFundMe. Or we're going to have a trusted treasurer. And this individual will carry and hold on to the money until we generate enough money to make moves. And when I say moves, I mean moves. Why nobody's not out there? Why are we not putting money up so we can get brothers and sisters out there to view the land? To see where we can make purchases? Why are we not doing that? Why aren't we doing that? Why must we sit back and wait and continue waiting for fucking miracle to happen. Knowing that there's no miracles happening until we start doing something. What do you want to do? I don't care for none of this no more. I want redemption, bro. I'm not, listen, you know what, you know what's the problem with the Bantus? I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. And some of you might be upset when I say this. You know what the problem is? A lot of you guys are disappointed within yourselves. So whatever it may be, maybe your childhood was trash, maybe your experience in life was trash, something, PTSS, and because of that, you're waiting for a hero to come save you. But not just any hero. Y'all waiting for a white hero to come save you. You can take the word and repackage it and put a face on it, put a black. You waiting for a white savior, a white hero to come and save you. We go on the internet and we look forward to receiving information from the white man because the information is going to be the information that's going to save you. That's the problem. This is what slavery has done to you. This is what religion has done to you. This is what, when you wake up in the morning, you turn on the TV, you see something white. When you go outside, you see something white. When you see them, they refer to themselves as white. But then when they look at you, they say, you're black, you're bad, you're bougie, you're destructive. So now you don't desire to fix you. You desire for those that told you that you was bad, told you that you evil, told you that you destructive, called you black. You're waiting for them to give you some level of support and help. Because deep down, you want to be next to these people. You want to sit next to them. And I don't got no issues with no Euros. I'm just black problems first. I gotta fix my circumstances first before I go worry about somebody else. This is not my nation. I am not an American. I was born here. This is not my nation. Nor do I care to be a part of. This is not my nation. I wasn't born here. This is not me. I was just born here. I'm not one with this soil. I'm none of that. You're none of that. And my focus will always be about us. I got to worry about me, right? Charity starts from home, right? So when I say the things that I'm saying, people take it as being racist and wrong. And what would Jesus do? You know what Jesus would do? Jesus would put shackles around my neck and bring me to Brazil. Jesus would put shackles around my neck and bring me to the Western world. Hold on. Jesus would bring Christopher Columbus to various locations and said, if you don't accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you're going to die. So that's what Jesus would do. I don't want to be with Jesus. I don't want to be with anything associated with Jesus. I just want to be associated to the creators that made me. I want to get the answers to the lies that was told. I want the truth to the lies that was told. I want the answers to the questions that we are asking. And you're not going to receive that. You're not going to receive that by observation. You're not going to receive your kingdom by observation. You think you being holy because you kept December? Huh? You kept December in a land full of filth. Huh? How unrighteous is that? How lukewarm is that? How serving two masters is that? Huh? The mercy is coming because the creators is giving us opportunity to not just find ourselves, but giving us little bits of information to let us know that the Holy Land is and has always will be Africa. So now that we know that, why aren't we establishing ourselves to go there? I was just speaking to my brother, man, and he's going back July 10th. He says $50,000 American is like 500 million in Africa, where he was at. So I was like, so if I come in there with 5 bands, he was like, yo, you got $5 million, bro. Excuse me? But here we are. Here, right now. Waiting for instructions from other people, information from other people. See, I get it straight from the source. That's how it was out there. That's how it goes. All right, cool. Say no more. When you going back? When you go back, holla at me. So we can put the groundworks together so we can get some goddamn land. Cause I could put up 5 bands. And if 5 bands make me $5 million richer in a land that's mine, 5 bands, and you guys is sitting here. What you waiting for the presidential race to be over to see where your heart goes? If Biden wins, America has hope. If Trump wins, we're doomed. We gotta go. Slavery's here. Slavery ain't never left. Slavery never left, my brother. Who told you it left? Who told you it left? Go listen. The only thing that they did different was they made the whole entire continent of America the plantation. Think I'm lying? Try to leave the country on your own. Try to get on a plane on your own. Get on a boat by yourself. Say, I'm out of here. Just say, I'm out of here. You ain't got no money. You just want to leave. See how fast you you're going to get taken right back to the slave master. Thinking that I'm lying. All you guys that's waiting for the second coming of Jesus, listen, anybody that's waiting for the second coming of Jesus is somebody that's telling you they're waiting for the next installment of slavery. You want to be a slave? Count on Jesus, because Jesus will grab the wheel and bring you to the nearest plantation, because he did it already. We sitting here, we reading every single book and not putting 2 and 2 together. Miss me with that BS nonsense talking about they can't change everything. These niggas done change everything. Stop. Because you lying to yourself when you put that ideology in your head. They can't change everything. They change everything. Everything. The last book that was written in the Bible was in Revelations. The first writings of the Bible was in the first 5 books of Moses. See, I'm doing the homework. The very first book that was written was the book of Job. The very last book that was written was the book of Jude. The book of Revelations got 50 trillion plagiarized stories in it. Hence, that goes hand in hand with the stuff that I was just reading to you. So we know, so we seeing all of this. Now what? Now what? How much scriptures have you read? How much scriptures have you read that made you feel good and made you do something, made you change the narrative or your circumstances? I'll wait for it. The King James Bible itself, out of all the Bible, is the most tampered with Bible of it all. But I find it strange that everybody keep telling us to just stay focused on the KJV. They say it's the most accurate. In fact, that's the biggest lie. It's the most inaccurate. The Geneva Bible is the most accurate, which was written in the 1500s before King James wrote it. So why? So the question that you got to ask yourself is, why did King James authorize this book to be made? Because I sold you in the last Samba, because he had his hands in slavery. So miss us with the nonsense of he was one of us. He was never one of us. His blood get traced right back to the Caucasus Mountains, my nigga. Whether he was gay and all that, I don't know. I don't worry about dudes' sexual preference. That's minute at this moment. Nobody gives a damn about that. What we caring about is, why was this book written, and why before you wrote that you wrote the Book of Demons. So how is a righteous man invested into the Book of Demons and then invested in the KJV, and through the KJV out come us in Brazil? And then the first thing that he did, he got himself his own town in Virginia called Jamestown. Huh? But he was for us though. He was for us though. I'm not here to dispute. I'm not here to argue. People's gonna believe what they want to believe. People's gonna intellect what they want to intellect. They're gonna process it the way that they want to process it. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. This ain't nothing new to me. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Whether you like it or not, whether you respect it, whether you agree to disagree, the facts is the facts. Now, you want the facts to set you free, or you want the facts to just be, a possibility? Because you guys are still waiting for this white superhero. You're still waiting for a superhero. There ain't no redeeming us until we start redeeming us. Who on God's green earth is going to save just a bunch of low life, no class, no honor, no respect, believe everything, sit there and want to dance and be entertained? Who the heck is saving that? Sunini's not saving that. What's going on earth has nothing to do with us, because we ain't ready. You're not even deserving of anything at this moment. I'm speaking for everybody, including myself. Stop with the madness. Y'all done got me jacked up, man. We gonna go on a short intermission. I'll be right back. Yeah, my apologies. Ain't nobody coming to save us. None of that. All the things that we're doing is for naught. 400 years later, and we're still waiting for the great white hope, the great white solution, the great answers to everything. I got brothers in a space of disagreements with me because I decide to stand on everything that's black. And I'm not allowing individuals who disagree with things that we've created, knowing that these people said it out their mouths, that their main objective is to ensure that the slaves never reconnect with their creation, their culture, or nothing. So if I know that, and I know that they got the access to the internet and anything that's pertaining to black, they're gonna demonize it, or they're gonna make it seem like it's something so horrific. If I know these things, how am I now gonna second guess stuff that we culturally known to do? Now, if you don't know nothing about it, then you're not supposed to know nothing about it, or at least try to know something about it. Be involved, be in tune. Go be around these people. You can't allow the enemy to tell you what's real and what's not, what's truth and what's fake, when we know everything that they told us has been a lie. How you think we got here? Come on, man. But listen. I just wanted to just bring this out to you. I definitely got to give all praise and glory to the creators, for they are worthy to be praised. This is just homework for brothers and sisters to do. You go ahead and you dive deeper. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to just put things out on the table. Get the brother's book. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you the name of his book right now. And I'm definitely gonna order it. I'm gonna order it as soon as I get off this joint, actually. Hold on. See this book right here. See if I put it in the carts. Nah, I didn't. But this is what it's called. The book is called The Secret Teachings of All Ages. Yeah, this is the book. The Secret Teachings of All Ages. The Masonic, the Hermetic, the Kabbalists. Yes, get that book. You could get it on the Kindle for 99 cents. Get the hardcover for $30 or the paperback for $17. Get these books, people. Let's start reading. Let's start uncovering. Let's start seeking this true facts so we can be set free. I want you free. I want to be free. My freedom does not come without you guys. Let me say that again. My freedom does not come without you guys. We came here together. We're going to leave here together. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. Came to you guys live. Continue supporting. Once again, for those that don't know who I am him, Junes, the NBIC. Be on the lookout for the Patreon. Go on Patreon right now. The link is in the bio. Subscribe. Yes, you're gonna see a comical side of me. We're gonna talk it all. We're gonna have a blast. We're gonna keep it 100. So stay tuned. It's your brother, man, and I'ma holler at y'all. One.